Greetings, friends. Today we got a special treat because we're filming under natural sunlight. I usually use artificial, and I think this is going to be vastly superior. Looking at National guitar picks, the name National goes back to 1927, Los Angeles, known for their Resonator guitars made of metal. These particular picks span a period of time of 1950 through 1970s, made by 3 different manufacturers in 2 different countries. We're looking at 10 different shapes and at least 7 different tortoise styles. You'll notice right away we got that sweet looking ice cube variations going on right here. Multiple variations, as you could see in these first 3 right here. And another interesting tortoise style down here. Not a wheat straw and not an ice cube. Really interesting. Another one right here, a nice ice cube blend, slow gin on ice, and then this pick over here. This entire group here are all made by D'Andrea. They're all D'Andrea shapes. Beautiful arch logo on the National. Basic block, nothing fancy, but very distinct. Multiple shapes. We see the 348 here, the 348 and a half right here in this shape, and a very rare 368 and a half. Very difficult to come by the 368 and a half. And then, of course, the smaller 358, 363s, and the 357 right there, as well as 2 different style triangles. Beautiful picks, extremely rare. And on the back of this one, there we go. The standard D'Andrea cork style, measuring 5/8 inch across, made of natural cork. So these are all D'Andreas, very beautiful. And we see again that blueprint that we saw on the Gibson from the late 1950s. And these are our oldest picks on the board, going from the early 50s to the early 1960s. Moving on here, we see picks offered in the late 60s, 1970s. These, however, were made in Japan. We see the 2-tone celluloid and the 3-tone celluloid, which we have talked about and we'll be discussing more when we do the Japanese series of vintage guitar picks, all made in Japan. And down here, we have a very distinctive pick, not a D'Andrea shape, and it even shows a guitar on the side there. And we're looking at that on Tiger Stripe celluloid. So I'd like to give you a few close-ups of some of these celluloids right now. Hopefully the camera is going to focus okay for us today. And we'll get a few close-ups of those. And then shots where you could actually appreciate the depth of the different tortoise styles right there. I do a lot of backlighting on my picks to identify variations on them. And just as I've shown you there, you had that white background. And I actually use a light box to differentiate different details on picks. Going back to the Japanese though on the right, I failed to mention that's a gold leaf print hot stamp. They're all hot stamp, but here we have the gold leaf print. You see thin and medium gauges. It was not offered in the heavy gauge. So hope you enjoyed the National video. Many, many more coming up. And you could reach me at findpick7@yahoo.com. Also go and play more guitar picks in certain arenas. You have a good time. Take care. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.